Frank, what are your thoughts coming off of this?
We got too much drama on our basketball team. It's hard to move forward when you're constantly, dealing with guys that are in and out, in and out, in and out, and we're not very disciplined. We're not very. I don't want to use the word tough, but we're mentally we have some rough patches as far as being able to get through the tough moments, and that's my job. It's my job to take those young kids and make them understand how to stay more disciplined and more focused in on the job at hand. And we got out-toughed, outplayed, outcoached. I don't. We just. We were playing pretty well, doing some of the things we talked about doing, let them back in. Then we kind of started playing pretty well again, and then we just kind of folded up the tents. And like I told the guys, we made a valiant fight there at the end to show a little bit of pride and a little bit of the stuff that we've done around here for 4 years that we cut it to one and we can't get a rebound off a missed free throw. And hard to win if you can't rebound the ball.
Is there a stat bigger than that one tonight, rebounding?
Yeah, I mean, their guys went and got it. Ours didn't. We stood and watched. And rebound's an effort play. Rebound's a disciplined play. You've got to be willing to, we use the term lay wood on people, and we don't lay wood on anybody. Right now, people can get to the rim and rebound and score at the rim, and it's like the parting of the Red Sea. We got to get better there, and that's it's one thing about me though, Mark. Today in society, you hear a lot of people always say the kids are different. Kids aren't different. It's us adults that accept less from kids. It's my job to get that thing right. It's not their fault. They're young kids. I've got to get them better.
Players mentioned being on 3 on one page, maybe 2 on another page during significant minutes of the game. Do you agree?
And whose fault is that? Mine. That's what I get paid to do, to have 5 guys on the floor on the same page. We've done that pretty good for 3 years. I obviously haven't done a very good job of that this year.
Frank, does it come a time during the season where it falls on the players? I mean, you can only coach them so much.
I'm not into blaming people, Mark. I'm into fixing problems. I don't blame people. I don't criticize people for a living. I try to help people for a living. I try to teach people for a living. I guess, it's my thought process as a mathematics teacher, where your focus is always on solving problems. That's what I do. It's my job to figure this one out. It's not their job. They don't know any better. They're kids. How the heck are they going to know any better? It's my job to get them through this, and we gonna get after it. We gonna make sure we fix it.
Is your team a little bit streaky right now? Good 1 minute, struggling the next.
We just don't deal with adversity real well. Life's not about success, man. Life is about how you handle adversity. Game's the same way. We were doing things a certain way, and just like at Oklahoma State the other day, we're all right. We're kind of doing things the way we talked about doing it. And, you're playing good teams. And those guys come at you, and now they put you on your heels. Well, that's where you got to be mentally tough and disciplined. And that's where your leadership comes in, because now you've got to really zero in on kind of calming the waters. And right now we don't do a very good job of that. When we get when we get put on our heels, rather than come together, we kind of come apart at the seams, and that's a problem. That's a problem.
Coach, Jay said a lot of guys got to grow up. Do you think that'll help you come together, fix those?
We need the old guys to help them grow up, though. It's all across the board, I take pride in getting guys to compete, getting guys to play at their maximum effort. It's what I've always tried to do. I might not be a very good basketball coach. I might not, make great decisions. But the one thing that I can tell you I've always done is my guys play. My guys play to win, and my guys play together. And right now I haven't done a very good job of that with this team.
Frank, is this like or unlike 3 years ago when you got off to a rough start in the Big 12?
Maybe. I don't know, Mark. I know this. We got off to a rough start. I had guys, that locker room, that took ownership of that team, which kind of gets back to what you were saying. But, you know, we had some mentally tough guys. You know, Clemente, Colon, Merriweather, Jacob obviously was part of that. You know, we had some guys that you know, they just they worked every day. You know, we were consistent with how we approached every day. We didn't win some games, but I never worried about it because our approach was pretty good every day. This team's approach has been inconsistent. And am I worried about it? Yeah. But I've got to figure out a way to fix this problem, and we'll fix it. I mean, I get concerned about things, but I'm not going to panic. I never have, never will. You know, it's like I said, it's not about passing blame. I'm not going to sit here and blame a player or two players or half the team. Or I'm into fixing problems, and it's my job to fix it, and I'm going to do everything in my power to fix the problem. I need to find those guys in that locker room that want to help me fix it.
You talk about Colorado, the way they play is a difficult matchup. It seemed like they were able to, in a lot of ways, dictate with offensively with those matchups.
Matchups had nothing to do with the game. Their bigs didn't hurt us. The guys that were dribble driving the ball, last time I checked, were Higgins, Burks, that little point guard, like Sharp. You know, those guys are dribble driving, and they're getting to the rim, and our bigs won't protect the rim, won't rebound. You know, and if you can't, I don't mean to look at the stats real quick, but at halftime we had 3 defensive rebounds from our front line. It's hard to win if, you know, you only get 3 defensive rebounds from your front line, and you know, but we've slipped defensively. And we've slipped probably because I spent too much time on offense here. And obviously we you know, we're still a work in progress on offense. You know, we have some just silly turnovers that lead to easy baskets, and we got to eliminate those.
Last question.
What will it mean for this team to be able to have Kurt eligible again?
I got no idea. Heck, what's he played this year? I don't know. I've barely seen him in games, so I don't know. Depends what Kurt we get. We get the one we had early in the year, we're spinning our wheels. You know, we get the one that we had last year at the end of the year, then he helps us. You know, it's he's a grown man. I hope he understands the responsibility that he's got right now.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.